It's Platy's Trade Police. So she wanted, she's been looking for this card. This is her favorite card, right?
Yep.
She found one on Mercari that she wanted me to pick up a couple months back, and then she wanted it graded by ARS. And we found a copy that we thought looked clean. And ARS has been like just grading super strict. I think I got like 4 out of 20 cards back in this last submission as a 10. And there were a lot of modern cards. But this card came back as a 9, which I'm like super stoked about.
Whoa.
And it's got a 6 swirl at this. You can't really see it in the camera, but at the bottom there.
Nice.
And I didn't think it was going to get a 9, but it is. Looking at it now, I'm like, it is super clean.
Dang.
It's a super clean copy. So I'm excited for her. And she wanted me to show this off for her. I was like, you sure you don't want to show it off? She's like, no, I want it to be shown off on the Weekly Weedle. So I'm super happy for her, and I'm going to send it out probably, Monday. It's Friday here, so I have to wait till the weekend's over, but I'll send it out Monday to her.
I'm stoked for Platy. That's freaking clean, man. That's so cool.
It's so clean, and it looks so good in this slab. Like, I'm jealous. Now I want it.
I know, seeing that, I'm like, it's definitely cleaner than mine. I think mine would be like a 7, just because some of the scratches on the back are kind of deep.
Yeah, but that looks super clean copy.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah. I'm really happy that she wanted me to show it off too on the Weekly Weedle. I thought that was cool. So appreciate you, Platy. I'll send it out Monday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, episode 24?
Episode 24. That's 12 times 2 for anyone wondering.
Been going strong. We almost didn't make it this week because I was lacking.
This is Whenever We Want Weedle Friday edition.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're sorry. But our topic for this episode, we'll actually have to wait because Shug is quizzing me this episode.
Yes, it's payback for last episode where I was embarrassed and humiliated by those, what are they called? Flavor texts?
I think it's
description boxes.
Pokédex entries is what I've
Pokédex
always
entries.
said.
Okay.
Flavor text.
I knew I wasn't calling it something right. I kept typing in flavor text when I was trying to search for these, and I was like, there has to be another word for it, but Pokédex entry is probably what it was.
I'm expecting to get just steamrolled here. So.
I think I was kind of nice. I think I kept it equal to what you did for me.
Okay.
We'll see.
How many did you get? You got 4?
I got 5, but I think you kind of gave me one almost.
Or did you get 4.5?
Kind of 4.5. Because I think I asked the RK9 one, I was like, is it actually a legendary or is it? And then that's what gave it to me. That locked it in. I was like, okay, it's RK9. So we'll say 4.5. We'll call it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could probably beat me. I
don't know. There's some tricky ones.
I actually have slides, so I'm gonna pull up these slides here.
Show off.
Yeah, a little bit prepared.
Me. Oh my goodness!
I didn't have anything else for a background, so I just threw this in the back.
Okay, it's distracting.
That's the plan. Throw you off a little bit. So number 1, it's and then everybody can play along. Put your answers in the comments or how many you got right in the comments. See if you could beat me last week and Oliver this week. Number 1 is when several of these Pokemon gather, their electricity can cause lightning storms.
Dang, dude, this could be any electric Pokemon.
That's how I felt last week.
So did you do what I did and kept it like Gen 1, 2, 3?
The first 3 generations. Yeah, I did the first 3 generations. I almost did, and I almost was like, I'm going to just do any generation. But then I was like, there's no way, because I don't know all the names of the Pokemon.
Yeah, so I've been playing Pokemon Go lately, and like every now and then this thing pops up, and I'm like, I've never seen this Pokemon before. Never heard of it.
What Digimon is this?
Don't recognize it, yeah. Shoot, so... Dang. I'm gonna, since it says several, I'm trying to think of like electric Pokemon that like gather, it could be seen in a herd, right? I don't really think you'd open up with Pikachu. I think I'm gonna eliminate Pokemon like Electabuzz. because you don't often see like several Electabuzz or like Ampharos. I think I'm gonna go with Magnemite.
Okay. Final answer.
That's my final answer.
Hopefully, I
Give
don't
it to me.
skip too far ahead in
Shoot.
Pikachu.
What? Oh, it's the original freaking description too.
You have this card, right?
Ah, dang.
I thought you
Okay.
were gonna get this one. I was like, he probably has looked at that card. You have this, right?
Yeah,
Or you have the
Pikachu.
Japanese.
I don't have a first edition red cheeks like you have on screen here. But
Yeah.
I have a unlimited, a shadowless, a red cheeks, and a Japanese copy.
I thought it was an interesting description for Pikachu. I was like,
My
he's either
gut
gonna
said
know this or
Pikachu,
not.
but dang. Oh man,
It's a
that's
weird thing because you
embarrassing.
don't, like you said, you don't see them gather like that. Pikachu's definitely like on his own through most of the anime.
Oh man, that hurt. All right.
Yeah.
Arr.
Payback. All right. This might be go worse than I thought. Number 2, an extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon. Its intelligence is said to match that of humans.
Oh man, so
I'll tell you, this is it's a trick kind of. It's not what I would first think of when it's the description is not like, oh, I'm thinking this Pokemon immediately.
okay. I kind of want to say, man, I would say Lapras if I didn't cover that last week. I know whales are super smart, so I kind of want to say Wailord. I'm gonna go with
Are whales
Wailord.
smart?
Yeah, whales are smart.
Oh, okay.
Whales are super smart, dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, that's
What?
your answer?
Yeah, whales are like really smart, man.
I knew
Trust me.
dolphins were. I didn't know whales were.
Oh yeah, whales like talk to each other.
All right.
Yeah.
Dragonite.
Bro. What?
It says an extremely rare seen
Marine
marine
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Its intelligence is said to match that of a human or that of humans.
This is the god of destruction.
Yeah, I was payback. I was like, oh, this is perfect because you got me with that God of Destruction
Dude,
Dragonite.
what is Dragonite?
Oh
What?
man.
All right, let's go.
All
Cue
right.
up the next one.
Number 3. Using its amazing muscles, it throws powerful punches that can knock its victim clear over the horizon.
Goku.
That'd be funny if it was.
Okay, so this could be
This one's not a trick.
this
I'll be
one.
nice.
This could be Machoke. It could be Machamp. It could be Hitmonchan. It could be something from Gen 2 or 3.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, well, they're so vague. Like there's
Yeah.
like this does narrow it down to like a few. Um man, I I guess it kind of would have been cheating, but I should have prepped. I should have read through
I
some
thought you were gonna maybe
descriptions.
because I don't know how many you look through to make my quiz. So I was like, maybe he's gonna remember some of these. So I'm gonna try and not pick what he might have looked through. But
I honestly, I didn't look through very many for yours. I was like,
okay.
God of Destruction. Well, I'll take this one, and the next one I was like, Poison. What? And I'll take this one.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say Machamp, I guess.
Hey, you got
Yay!
it.
I got one.
That's good. I'm happy you got that one, actually. That was a hard one because it could have been, I would have given it to you if you guessed any of the evolution line of Machamp, but the punch part kind of threw me off when I was reading it. I was like, I don't know Machamp for punching. You think of Hitmonchan, like you said.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Nice. All right.
all right. Got one. We're on the board. All right. Number 4. It is so powerful it can knock down a
dude.
mountain with
This one.
Hust one arm.
I know this one. Dang
Did you hear? This Hust one arm is not a typo.
I know. Dude, I know this, but I can't think of it. Oh man.
Let me know if you
Shoot.
want a hint. I'll give you hints. I can
Um.
tell you the generation.
Ah,
Do you know the
dude.
generation?
I know the Hust typo. I just can't
I thought
freaking.
you might.
I just can't think of it right now. Is it Tyranitar? No. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, my gut says Tyranitar for some reason. I'm gonna pick Tyranitar, but I'm gonna die if it's not. Okay, yes.
Tyranitar, good. Dude, that's amazing you got that. I didn't know that about that typo until I was reading this and I was like, Hust? I was like, that's cool.
This card is like iconic for my childhood. We had a very small I lived in a very rural area, and
Mm,
my elementary school, I think in sixth grade, we celebrated 200 students. So like that's how small it really was. I mean, for
wow.
the across the entire school, like
Oh, that is
it's
tiny.
kindergarten to grade 8, we had 200 kids in total. So yeah, we had small classes. Um, and this Shining Tyranitar was the only shining card on the playground, straight up. And lots of kids said it was fake because, well, we didn't really have internet
Because
access for
nobody
the
else
most
had
part.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one else had it, but I had a gut feeling it was real, and I tried so hard to obtain it, but I never could. But yeah, whoever held this card was like king of the playground for a few years.
That's funny. That's amazing that you got that. That's really cool. I thought you might know. I was like, oh, that's probably a well known error. And I was like, Oliver might get this. All
Mm.
right. So 2 of 4
I have two
coming
so
back.
far.
Yeah. All right. Number 5. Thickly covered with a filthy, vile sludge. It is so toxic, even its footprints contain poison.
Dang. Um, I mean, right away I'm thinking muck. Filthy, vile sludge. I mean, does that cover any? Would that describe any other Pokemon
I don't know.
in the first 3 generations? I mean, that could be like a Garbodor description, but he's not in play. I'm gonna go muck, I guess.
Hey,
Nice.
muck. I thought it's super obvious the first sentence, but then the footprints, I didn't know if that would throw you off or not.
Yeah, no, it did, but I thought, screw it.
Yeah. Nice.
I thought he would
Three
leave
of
a snail
five.
trail. Yeah, I got 3.
Oh no, this is not good for me.
Was that 3? I got Machamp,
Yeah.
Tyranitar, Muck.
Yeah. Right? The first two you didn't get, I don't think.
Right.
Okay. Number 6. It is worshipped as a god of the forests. It appears only in undisturbed old growth forests.
Okay, this is tricky. God of the Forest. That really makes me think like legendary or mythical. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Mew for some reason. But I'm also thinking Celebi. God of the Forest appears only in undisturbed old growth forests. So I feel like we can rule out like Oddish and other,
Weedle.
yeah, Weedle, Caterpie. Um, I'm feeling Celebi, I guess. I think this one's a trick though. I think it's gonna be some. Oh, nice. Okay,
Celebi.
okay.
4. Big. Yeah, you were right on with that. It made me think about that when Professor, isn't there like is it a movie? Professor Oak goes back where he's like a kid and he finds Celebi in the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what movie that is, but yeah.
Pokemon Forever.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I watched it, but I've seen parts of it, and I think that's what I thought of when I read this.
Mm-hmm.
Man, killing it, killing it. So you only
Yay.
need one more point to beat me. One more
Yep.
full point.
Yep.
All right, number 7. Hopefully I can stump you with this. It speeds up its thought process by turning its head around 180 degrees.
Noctowl?
Damn it. Oh, that's
Muck.
no, it's Noctowl. It's Noctowl. Hold on, let me see. I might have ruined the order or something. It is Noctowl, you're right.
Okay. I was like, dude, you
Where
can't
did
do that.
I don't know where it went. That's weird. Okay, so you yeah, that's weird. It just disappeared. Um so you beat me already. Five so far. Let me pull this back up.
Nice.
Number 8. When endangered, it may protect itself by increasing its magnetism and drawing nearby iron objects to its body.
Whoa. Okay, I don't know this one. My gut says Magneton Magnemite, but I have to first
It's a
dig
tricky
in.
one.
Is there another magnetic Pokemon?
I didn't know this
Um,
Pokemon to be magnetic, I'll tell you that, since you already beat me.
okay. As if I can rule out Magnemite and Magneton, that's
Yeah, you can roll them out. That was the trick, but you've already beat me, so I don't care. I'm rooting for you now.
well, okay, we'll call it even for the legendary Arcanine thing. Dang, I mean, I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say Metagross, which I think is pronounced Metagross.
Metagross. I don't remember how I said it when I was a kid. Metagross,
We said
Metagross.
Metagross.
I might have said both. Um,
Nose pass. Okay,
Nose
yeah.
pass.
I was never gonna get that.
Yeah, I had no idea it had some kind of magnetic. I thought it was a rock, but apparently it's like iron or
I
metal.
like Nose pass, you know? I think it's good Pokemon. I didn't when I was a kid.
If it was like a wooden tiki, it would have been cooler, I think. Like
Okay.
like a tiki torch or like statue, you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of what it reminds me
Yeah,
of, but
yeah. Oh, I'm thinking of the like Easter Island stones.
oh, okay, yeah. True. I didn't think about that. Number was this 9? 9. So 2 more. Small hooks on the bottom of its feet catch on walls and ceilings. That's how it can hang from above.
Dang, okay, so bug Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon's qualities are based on animals. Small hooks on its feet could mean gecko. Because I believe they actually have like hook shapes, not like suction cups like you'd think. Um, could also be a spider Pokemon. I used to have a tarantula. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah. She died a couple of years ago, which made
How
me
long do those
think
things live?
she was a he. Well, so she was 6 years old, but
Damn.
her lifespan was average 30.
Oh, wow.
Females live way longer, and then males live, I think it was like 5 to 8 years or something. So, yeah, she
Mm.
died. It's infamously difficult to sex a tarantula. So I was told she was female, and then when she died, I was like, it might have been a male, because yeah, she should have lived longer than that. Um, dang, yeah. So I'm gonna choose Spinarak.
You were kind of right with the gecko.
Trico. Dang, it is Gecko. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of Trico though. I said Gecko and I thought Greninja actually.
Okay. I thought you were gonna get it. I was like, damn, Oliver's smart. I didn't know if geckos had hooks.
Yeah.
All right, last question, just to put the nail in my coffin, I guess. Uh, it can sometimes knock out opponents with the shocks created by breaching and crashing its big body onto the water.
Okay, this is tough. I'm I'm thinking it's got to be a whale, but not Wailord, because Wailord's based on like I think a blue whale, and I don't think they breach the water like that. I'm thinking this might be Kyogre, which
Is
I think is
Kyogre a whale?
based. I think Kyogre is based on like a killer whale.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna go Kyogre. Wait, dang it, it's Wailord.
Whale Lord. He does it. Okay,
He's
yeah, I
too
think you're right. He's
big.
based on a blue whale, and you don't see the blue whales doing this, but a lot of Whale Lord's cards, he's like shooting out of the water.
That's BS.
Yeah,
Pokemon's
that's
too
funny.
big to do that.
It's a Pokemon. It can do
Okay.
whatever it wants. Yeah, you
Okay.
did pretty good. How many did you get?
5.
5? Are you sure it wasn't 6? You
Uh,
got the Noctowl Muck. That's 1. 2, the Celebi. Muck 3. 4 for the Tyranitar. 5 for the Machamp. Oh yeah, you got 5.
yeah, I got 5.
Nice. Yeah, so
Embarrassed myself with Pikachu, but I think I did okay.
no, yeah, you did really good. Um, better than me for sure.
Should have went with Wailord on that last one. I feel like that description's actually badass for Kyogre though.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it when I read it. I was like, oh, that's very Whale Lord. But as you were saying Kyogre, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I wonder how everybody did. Let us know in the comments if you beat Oliver, or how many you got right, or which ones you were surprised by.
Yeah, I'm surprised if anyone got nose pass.
Yeah,
That's a
that'd be
tough one.
impressive.
Our topic for this week is we're just gonna have a chat, basically, see where we are for Q1 of 2026. This has been a diabolical year for the Pokemon market, and that triggers a lot of like emotions, for collectors. I think traditionally in investing, you want to remove emotion. That's easier said than done. Probably easier with things like actual stocks when it comes to Pokemon cards. That's tough to do. So I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we kind of talked. I don't know if it was our bingo card episode or somewhere around there, an episode around there where we were just talking about what we expected for 2026 and what we thought would happen. Because I mean, even last year we were seeing the Pokemon market get crazy, but it just seems like I think I was more focused on like modern being the issue and how much that people can't get product and it's just expensive and that problem still is happening. Um, but we've seen an explosion in like vintage cards and like Japanese vintage cards, English vintage cards. Um, I don't know if that's just a part of the boom, like a regular, normal part of the boom, or if it's exacerbated by the Logan Paul golden auction. Um, I feel like it's more organic than that though. I feel like there's just so many people in Pokemon now where a lot of these older cards that are lower pop are there's not enough to go around. And there's definitely people that have come in the hobby and are going to come, out eventually in the next year or two. They're only here for maybe the 30th, but I feel like a lot of these cards are not going to, maybe not a lot, but some of these cards, the lower pop cards, are not going to come back down. So that's one thing I guess I didn't maybe think was going to happen so soon. I thought it was going to be maybe later in the year after the 30th really kicked off.
I think the difference we're seeing with this boom is we have like big money entering the market. We
Yeah.
always have, but now we're seeing like investment firms, or we've got like big companies like GameStop with their power packs. I don't think it's really public about like how many slabs they're buying up for that. And that's not just GameStop, like this whole third party mystery pack uh plat or what's it called, this
Online mystery packs, like their
online
slab.
mystery packs, like
Yeah.
this is exploding. I get pitched by one of these companies almost every day, almost
That's crazy.
almost every single day. I have an email from a company who's like, hey, we're doing mystery packs online. We're different than everyone else because we're transparent. And it's like you're all the same. Like I wish everyone success, but it's just like I've decided to decline them all at this point. It is so extremely overwhelming. It feels like everyone and their brother who knows how to code is building one of these sites, and every single one of them have to buy as many slabs as they can. And I think that's a big part of this. Um, I've
There's a
heard
lot of, go ahead, sorry.
I've heard that people are being employed by some of these bigger companies and being paid well to just go buy slabs. That's their job. They're just going with like a massive budget to card shows and just buying up all the slabs.
Yeah, there was some people were talking about it, like maybe 6 months ago, maybe not that long ago, but where there was somebody going around to one of the big collecticons, like during the VIP hour before the show opens to the public, and they had supposedly like $1 million bankroll that they were just buying out tables of slabs for GameStop or PSA. I can't remember, probably GameStop. Um, but yeah, this you're talking there about like how many of these companies there are, and it made me think of a couple years ago when grading was still like becoming bigger and stuff. Like 2023, maybe it was taken off back then even. And we were talking about like when are we? People are just grading everything. When are we going to see like junk slab? Like just everything's going to be in a slab cards that maybe aren't quote unquote worth it. And I think a lot of those slabs that are like lower end and not even selling for what the grading fee is now are getting thrown into these mystery bags. I've seen a lot of mystery bags open online. I'm not going to name any. Some of them are like friends of mine that they started doing mystery bags, and it's like almost like the new thing that you have to do if you're a business. And I don't know if that's because of the lack of supply that they're able to get of like Pokemon sealed product that they're able to like not get enough of that, and they have to make money somehow, so they're doing these mystery slabs, but slab packs. But it seems like there's a lot of junk in there.
Have you ever purchased a third party mystery pack?
I've so not like a slab pack. I've done in Japan they call them oripa. It's like
Right.
original pack. So I've bought like those. Those are big here, and they've always been a thing. They do have like mystery slab bags. Ibex and I was talking about it, and I didn't know this, but Japan's been doing this like mystery slab pack for years. He said, like 10 years or something. It's been a thing
Yeah,
here,
I've heard
and
about it a long
I
time ago.
didn't know that. Yeah, I just knew about the card packs that they do, where you go to the store and they put like a hollow on the front and back, and then stuff in the middle. You don't know what's in there. Um, but yeah, I've never purchased a mystery slab bag that I could think of. Have you?
Never, not once.
I'm
It's just
interested in like the Rev Poke Rev packs. I think that would be like cool to try out.
sure. I was like that. I just don't have that itch.
Yeah, it'd be for like a video or like an experiment or just to see, but I don't really have like the desire to go out and buy one right now.
Yeah, I don't have a cell in my body that has the urge to gamble. I just
Yeah.
don't. I never have. It's not. It's like even opening booster packs is pretty rare for me.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, that's wild though. Like I just see it everywhere. Like whatever card show I go to, the guys beside me are always selling mystery packs. Everyone's got mystery packs, and it's like I don't know. Like I could see myself doing it, but it would be a loss leader for sure. It'd be a way to get people to my table, and I'd be taking a loss on it. I think that's the only way I would be comfortable doing that. Um, the thought of someone paying like $40 and getting $20 of value for my product is like that. Just I can't stomach that. I can't.
Yeah.
It's maybe maybe I just have strong morals when it comes to that, but like, no, I don't. That'd kill me, man. I don't want that.
Especially because you have like quote unquote fans or people that like your channel, and like
That's
if
a
they're
whole nother factor.
the
Yeah.
if they're the people that are buying from you, it feels bad to be like, these people have supported me and they like my content, and I'm gonna go, I don't know, kind of rip them off. That's kind of how I see it. So I could see like what you'd said about it would be, you would be taking a loss more so they're like kind of winning on it, or it's like, or maybe a neutral, like cut even on it. um but yeah, that's interesting. One other thing I did think of the other day was, I going into 2026, I didn't really think, I kind of had the opinion that this was going to be, and it still could be, but like the boom was just going to keep going on for throughout 2026 and into maybe 2027. I've just been watching some cards, like we talked about the lenticular deoxys last week, I think. Cards like that have exploded, and other cards too. That's just one example. but it's getting me like nervous, and I don't usually get nervous. I'm pretty bullish and optimistic, maybe to like a fault in in that way, but I've gotten nervous on a lot of these cards where I'm like, I feel like something may like crash hard. um I don't know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, well, when something spikes that fast, it's more likely to crash. I
Yeah.
always say if a problem goes away on its own, it's gonna come back on its own. And it's that kind of like what goes up has to come down ideology. So at that last card show I went to, where I just had the worst luck, I had some more bad luck, but and I'm not trying to complain. I'm actually quite optimistic about it. But I purchased that Mitsuhiro RHS signed Charizard, right?
Hmm.
At the end of the show, I walked around with some money to spend, and I went to this table, and he had that Charizard. He also had a Japanese Fossil Dragonite PSA 10, and he was asking the same price for both, 3,000 Canadian.
Oh shit.
And I went there for the Charizard, but then I saw the Dragonite, and I was like, ooh, I really want that though. And so I had to make a decision, and I went back to my table and I thought about it, and I quickly comped both the cards, and I decided to buy the Charizard. Now, I was doing research on a video I'm making. That Charizard's currently selling for 11,000 Canadian. So sorry,
Without the
I misspoke.
signature?
I misspoke. The Dragonite.
Oh, okay.
The Dragonite selling for 11,000 Canadian. So it
I was say I
quadrupled in
thought that
price.
Dragonite was a good deal when you said 3,000. I was like, that sounds like a steal because
It
I've recently that
was.
card's gone crazy.
It was. Now at the time it was selling for around 3,000 on eBay, so it was fairly priced.
Yeah.
However, that was on February 21st. On Fanatics on February, I think it was 14th, one sold for 8,000 Canadian. So I was comping on eBay. I didn't know it. I don't blame myself, but I should have checked Fanatics. If I had checked Fanatics, that Dragonite would have been a fast buy. That was an underpriced card, and I didn't realize it. Um, and so I made a 50-50 decision. I chose the Charizard and lost out on making like 9 grand. But that's okay. I actually feel very motivated about that because right now I feel like this feels like a lottery. And to your point, it feels pretty unstable. But now
It's crazy how fast things are growing.
and things are spiking. Like I'm checking my collector portfolio daily, and like some cards are just spiking. And it feels like this is a lottery, and my portfolio of cards here are my numbers, right? I'm like, are one of these going to explode? And the fact, like, I've been in this hobby for a long time, and I have never had a card like explode like that. I've never won the quote unquote lottery. And I've always had this feeling like it'll never happen to me because I'm not a big grader. I've never bought a lot of tens, and that seems to be what explodes. But the fact that that Dragonite slipped through my fingers, it was right under my nose, is actually pretty motivating. I'm like, okay, it can happen to me. I've
Mm.
always felt like I will never find like a huge win, like an underpriced card like that. And I did. Now I made the wrong decision. I didn't buy it. But the fact that it was so close is like, it's reassuring. Like, okay, this can happen. This hobby's so insane right now that I just maybe have to pay a little more attention. But like these big wins are here, they're right around the corner. It's totally possible. But
Your CD promos have probably blown up. I don't know. I
the
haven't looked at them, but
Charizard did. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. It's not like it didn't blow up to like 5 figures or anything, but I purchased my Charizard for I think I paid 350 USD, and it's well over 1,000 now.
mm.
And like my Deoxys, for example, I paid $45. It's like a $700 card right now. There's stuff like that, but
Yours
some
is clean,
cards.
no?
Yeah, I'll send you a video of it sometime because I will send it for grading. Um,
Have you been watching the prices on eBay for these recently?
I know a PSA 10 just sold for 93,000.
Yeah. So last week we talked about that guy having the PSA reimbursing him 20,000 for, this is kind of into our news, but then he's saying it was worth 45 because the last sale, and now one a week later just sold for 93K on Instagram, which is just made everything go crazy. And even before, so before that 93K sale was public or announced on Instagram through that guy's story that bought it, a PSA 7 copy of this sold at auction on I think it was Z&G for 2650, 2,650 for a PSA 7.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this news happened, and now there's another one for being auctioned off by PSA, and it's got like 4 days left, and it's at 2,150 already, with 4 days left. So I think this one's going to finish higher, maybe in the threes. If it goes to the fours, I'd be surprised. But you might want to think about getting that graded if yours is clean, because I think a 9 sold for a good 5 figures too. I can't remember I think it was like 20,000 or maybe more even. I don't know how clean yours is, but
I don't
we
think it's
picked
a
these up.
9.
That's crazy you picked that up, because I think I got mine early on too. Most of mine, not at 45. It was like maybe 60 or 70. But like back to your point where you said you've been in the hobby for a while, you had nothing explode. I think similar to you, I think recently I've had stuff in my collection go crazy, but I've been waiting for a while because I saw like value in stuff that people didn't really care about, and I valued it way more than people did. And so sometimes I was buying it for more than market because I was like, I think this is a really cool card and I think it should be worth more. And a lot of it sucks because it's going up now, and I'm like having to make the decision, like, am I going to sell it? I don't really want to sell it, but it's a lot of money now. So that's another hard part. I didn't expect to have to deal with that so soon. I believed, like I said, I believed in these cards when I was buying them years ago. But I didn't really think about what if it gets wet. At what point will I have to make the decision? Do I want to keep it or do I want to sell it because it's worth so much? So that's something I didn't think I'd have to deal with so soon.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's like I've never really felt FOMO on this level before.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing, people who are riskier with their money be rewarded.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing people who are like buying $20,000 cards, making $60,000 on that card, and it's like, okay, I bought a $45 Deoxys. That's worth 700, but like that guy made 40 grand, you know? And it's like I've
Yeah.
always been such a like low risk investor. I've always been very cautious of spending a lot of money on Pokemon cards, and now I've missed out on like a lot of these huge gains. Like that Deoxys, for example, I was looking at tens, but I've always been a collector. I've never had the investor mindset. So I'm like, I don't need a 10. I don't even want a 10. I just want a cheap copy for my binder. And that's been my buying strategy this whole time. So I don't have any of those grails. And it's like it kind of sucks to see people be rewarded for like being super bullish on Pokemon when it wasn't uh it wasn't traditionally like a smart thing to do.
Super
Um
risky.
yeah, super risky. And now I'm just kind of sitting back and I'm watching a lot of people really win on Pokemon from an investment perspective, while I'm kind of off on the sidelines. And yeah, I've got FOMO, but I'm also comfortable with it because I understand that I took a low risk approach, and I mean that's what happens. So
There's still a lot of cards though that I think are undervalued even in this market.
yeah,
Like, yeah, like non-TCG. I told you the other day, like Topsun, even Topsun cards are still being listed low. It was like a super clean cracked ice Jolteon for $30. And I was like, why is this $30? And I got it in, and like, once I got it in, I looked at it, I was like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean it will grade a 10, but I yeah, there's still like stuff like that where I think it's undervalued, and you just got to look away from where everybody else is looking. But I think right now, like what you're doing and like standing back and like watching is probably the smartest thing, because it's the most risky right now with a lot of stuff. The majority of things I think are super high risk right now. There are still cards that I think I believe in long term, but um yeah, it's sketchy sometimes looking at things and deciding is now the time to buy.
What do you think about a bubble popping or a correction?
I like I said earlier, I think with the crazy prices like of these cards and from like week to week, like the Dragonite example you had, where it's like a month ago it was 3K, now it's 11K. Like that's crazy to me. Like the difference in how much it's three times the price, more than three times the price, almost four
That is
in a month.
Canadian prices, by the way.
Yeah, but still, yeah, it's like the 4x multiplier on it in a month's time is wild. Um, what'd you ask? The
The bubble popping, a correction.
Oh yeah. So I think I think I have like a part of me that feels that way about a lot of cards that have gone parabolic. Uh, I also have been talking to Ibex. We were talking about, I think Pokemon has got something in store for like the people that are betting on sealed product, modern sealed product. I don't know about in the US, but in Japan, I have a feeling that they're going to like break the confidence of people just going all in on ultra modern sealed product somehow. They're going to, maybe not, maybe they can't uh, print to demand, but I think they've got something up their sleeve that might change the course of everything soon.
Well, I think we might be seeing phase one of that right now. I mean,
Really?
Perfect Order and Chaos Rising
Yeah,
are, in a lot of like millennial Gen 1ers opinions, bad, quote unquote, bad sets.
I agree.
Um, which has, I think it was Petri Crow in my Discord who made an excellent point
Hmm.
this week when she said Perfect Order and Chaos Rising are not interesting. So people are reverting back to 151, and that's one of the factors blowing up 151 right now. And I thought, hey,
Hmm.
that's actually an excellent point. That's really smart. So we
Yeah.
might be seeing phase one of that, but then we're seeing like these first partner packs, which are like they're going to be tough to get your hands on.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, actually, it comes out today. Um, I will be lining up to buy some. This is my first time ever going out on release day and lining up for new product. But I want one of those packs, and I
I
feel
don't think it's
like
going to be hard.
I think it's well. I don't think they're going to be cheap. I feel like I'm going to go line up today, try and grab them at MSRP, and if that, I was thinking about it. I don't think I've ever paid scalper price for anything. So, um, yeah, I feel like I have to go line up and try and secure one of these. Um, but sorry, I was trying to get to like the bubble popping.
Hmm.
Um, something that I've been saying is to watch the crypto market. I interviewed someone named Brian Collex recently, a few months ago. He's a incredibly smart investor, not just in Pokemon, like general, very successful investor.
See the one with the Gold Star Play Promo Espeon? Or not Play Promo, the
Yeah, Espeon and
Pokemon Fan
Umbreon.
Club. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, those
yeah.
are crazy cards.
He has some. He has yeah. He has
That's
a
wild.
maybe an 8-figure collection. It's pretty
Wow.
serious.
That's
Um,
wild.
and he did allude to Pokemon being a single digit of his net worth. So hopefully that puts it into perspective.
Holy shit.
And one thing he told me was to watch crypto because a lot of crypto money is funneled into Pokemon. And when crypto dips, Pokemon's going to dip. And I thought, damn, that's smart. Well, guess what happened? Bitcoin is down 50% right now. Pokemon is
And
up
it
higher than
didn't.
ever. It
Yeah.
didn't happen,
Yeah.
and that's I'm
That's
not
wild.
I'm not trying to discredit Brian, but what I'm saying is, wow, what does that mean? We saw something that should have corrected the market and it still didn't. Like that's that's nuts to me because we know for a fact that there's a huge crossover between
Mhm.
Pokemon and crypto. Crypto's absolutely bombed right now and people are still spending on Pokemon. So right now, I do not keep up with world news. For my own mental health, I ignore it. But I have been informed that oil prices are through the roof, and
They have gone up here in Japan.
they have.
Yeah. My wife
Yeah,
was just talking about it the other day. It's like I don't know, like not that, like 10 yen or 15 yen per liter or more. I don't know.
Yeah, we're almost at $2 a liter here in Canada, uh, which is, I think, is right about the highest it's ever been.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, like everyone's got to put gas in their car, right? Or most people anyway. So I am thinking, like, is this going to move the needle at all? Yeah, is it, or is it not even going to leave a dent in Pokemon?
Yeah, you're wondering like what will be the thing that will change the course, and what is it going to take after like something like you said, like that was so almost not obvious, but people were pretty certain like crypto would be the thing that would be correlated with Pokemon's market, and it just didn't. So now it's like what will be that thing, and why is it doing it? Like why is it not reacting the way we thought it would?
Yeah, I think people are saying, I see a lot of comments saying like, "Oh, the bubble's gonna pop. You know, Pokemon's gonna go to zero overnight." I think we all know that's not happening. But what is it gonna take for a market correction? And like factually speaking, for a market to correct, we need a lot of people to start selling their Pokemon cards all at the same time, which would mean people need money. So we need a world event, something bigger than crypto crashing or oil prices going up, that's going to cause like most people to need that money that they've put into Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that's like that's a scary thought actually. I mean, I understand we're all in different positions financially, especially depending on like where you live, but I can't, like, something pretty big would have to happen for me to have to sell my cards.
Yeah, same.
I'm
I would
not
have to.
leveraged very much in Pokemon though. I know some people are. Some people, if they lose their job, they're going to be selling their Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah, I think that's a lot. That's probably probably a big majority of people right now. Honestly, I feel like I have a feeling a lot of people are using or like over leveraged on their spending with Pokemon right now. Maybe.
Likely, likely. Do you have something do you want to move on to the news?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big topic like to talk about. It's just crazy how it's been. My thought process has changed, and how I don't know. It just seems like it's happened so quickly, everything, and I didn't think that we'd be here right now. Um, it's just going to be a wild year, I think.
Yeah, I have shifted. I've really kind of opened up this year into like more of a financial view on Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like I alluded to earlier, I've always been very um like not bullish on Pokemon at all from a
just a
financial
collector.
standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a collector, but like this year, like I feel like I'm crossing over to the dark side a little bit. I'm not an investor, bro. I won't be scalping or anything, but yeah, I'm now looking at my Pokemon cards as alternative assets a lot more. And I think that's because they are, and I reluctantly am accepting that.
Yeah. Welcome.
I hate it. I don't like it, man. I want to fill the slots in my binder, and I hate seeing an empty slot that I know I can't fill.
Yeah, that is as a completionist that'd be hard to deal with. Um all right, to the news. Going back to
News.
that lenticular deoxys we talked about last week, where PSA was trying to give the guy pretty much half or less than half of what the card was supposedly worth, or he thought it was worth. He wanted 45 because I guess for people that didn't watch last episode, PSA, this guy sent his lenticular PSA 10 Deoxys into PSA to get reslabbed. It was in an old holder, or the holder was maybe scratched or something, so he wanted a new holder. And in the process of cracking it out and putting it into a new holder, PSA damaged the card. They contacted him and said, "Hey, it's a 6 now. Sorry, we're gonna give you fair market values," is what they called it. And they said the card's worth 20. But the last sale on that card was 45,000. So the guy was kind of like, the card is 45,000. It was worth 45,000. I want 45,000. Um, a lot of people talked about that. A lot of people on YouTube and on different social media platforms talked about that. And it looks like it did resolve. I saw a post from the guy that it happened
He
to
clearly
saying,
signed an NDA.
yeah, because he didn't, it was not specific at all with what was the reached agreement, but he said I was fairly compensated pretty much, right? And everything was made right. But yeah, it was so like vague, and it's like, okay, yeah, I definitely signed an NDA. But at least he's happy. That's kind of what we wanted, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, I'm sure it stings. I mean, we don't know how much they paid him, but if they paid him 45, that's great. But then like the next week it sells for 93. Like it's man, like I don't
That's
know.
nuts.
I feel for the guy because like it's one of those situations where it's like, crap, I could have gotten double this, but also I need to be thankful for like what I have. Um, yeah, it's like uh, I I'm tired.
Of what, PSA or just
No,
everything in general, or
I'm tired of I feel like we're gonna look back in 2026 is gonna be the year that uh we Pokemon it like slipped through our fingers. Like it really left collectors. I don't know
oh,
what the
okay.
word is I'm looking for, but we're gonna look back and we're gonna see that like there's a big shift here where Pokemon changed.
I think for older cards, or lower pop cards, yeah, I think that's going to be a different realm. I think modern will come back though. Modern will be there for the people that want to collect that.
There was
Because
a
go
sorry,
on.
I just interrupted you.
No, I don't really have an end to that thought.
Ju- just a stream of consciousness into the microphone.
Yeah.
I do that a lot if you haven't noticed. Um there was another I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the Call of Legends Raikou PSA thing?
No.
So this was just a man, I don't know. I saw this. It was like a screenshot of a screenshot. It may have been Twitter, may have been Instagram, but basically this guy bought a PSA 10 Raikou from Call of Legends. Pops pop dang, I think 20 or maybe 15.
Damn.
Yeah,
Low pop.
it's a real grail. He paid 17,000 USD for this card on eBay.
Jeez.
Sent it to the PSA vault. A couple months later, and also the tracking was weird. So he
Hmm.
said the tracking was like blank. Then all of a sudden one day it showed up at the vault. So he's
Oh,
like,
that's weird.
okay,
Yeah.
that was weird. Contacts him. He's like, I'd like to withdraw my card from the vault. They said no. Unfortunately, it was damaged. And so our policy is we can't release a damaged item from the vault. This guy goes bonkers, starts going viral, makes posts. People are like down with PSA controversy, blah, blah, blah. And then PSA responded like in the comments and was like, hey, we checked it out. The slab was damaged and we're not going to release it to you until it's fixed.
Is the
And
card damaged? Did they say or
they
no?
did not say that the card was damaged. They said it was just the case.
Okay.
So, and I'm not trying to defend PSA because in on my channel on Sleeve No Card Behind, I try and stay unbiased. This isn't Sleeve No Card Behind. I don't like PSA. I don't. I don't like them. I think they're too big of a company. Um, yeah, I'm not trying to defend them, but this sounds like people are ready, dude. Like PSA makes any mistake and it's just people are just jumping on them like a pack of wolves. It sounds to me like I don't know what tracking sucks sometimes, okay?
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know why the tracking was blank. Like that sucks. That's annoying. That's irritating for everyone. Yeah, they're not going to send you a damaged slab, man. Like they're going to fix it first.
Yeah,
And
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't either. People are having this reaction like it's my card. If I request the slab, then they need to send it to me. No, it's been damaged. They would like to replace it before they
they're
send it to
they're
you.
preventing it too because the slab is what protects it. So if it goes in the mail while it's damaged and the water gets in or something, or I don't know, it
Sure,
gets
that's a
more like
liability.
damaged, then it's like, yeah, they're trying to, it's probably in their terms of service too. If this happens while the card's in transit to the vault, we have to correct it before we send it back. I'm assuming. Um, yeah, I thought at first you were saying that you agreed with the guy and not PSA on that one. Um,
No, but I understand the reaction, you know. That is definitely like triggering, you know. You request your card and they say no. That's definitely like a whoa moment, right? It's like, hold up, that's my card. You know, I just paid 17 grand for that. Like I want it, right? You can't say no. But yeah, it sounds like PSA is just going through their policy and
if they
people are
sent it
just
back damaged, then people would have been like, "Oh, you should have fixed it first."
yeah, yeah, you know. It's like so it's more of a I'm commenting more on like the community right now rather than PSA. You know, we gotta like chill, guys. I also noticed on my last few videos on YouTube, like the comments are getting meaner. they're they're a little more vicious, you know. People are and it's not towards me specifically, like some are, I'm used to that, that's normal, but it's more like there's just people who are like expressing their frustration a lot more. I'm seeing a shift in my videos. I try and stay off of Reddit and Facebook and stuff. I'm guessing the same thing's happening there, but I have noticed that like people are frustrated right now.
This is what happens to like when we're in a boom or like people can't get sealed product. The PSA prices to grade cards are higher. The backlog is longer. The turnaround times are like, when all this stuff is like not readily available and people can't get distracted by just opening packs when they want. And they have to go buy it at scalper prices. I think, yeah, like you said, people are just frustrated and taking it out in some way on someone. Um, which is understandable, but it seems like this happens more. It gets the level of frustration in the comments is increased during times like this. Um,
There's so many new people too. You know, like this goes back to that short I posted a few months ago of me opening up a PSA slab with just my hands. People are like, "Well,
so
PSA
strong.
slabs can be opened. Like, what? Down with PSA. We have to address this." And like, I made that short, and I was like, "No, it's always been like this. Like it's
Yeah,
not this isn't new, guys. Just because you're seeing it for the first time doesn't mean let's go viral, let's get on Twitter and like, you know, make a big thing about this. It's like it's always been like this, you know. It's there's always been bad actors. It's
yeah,
just it's like, yeah, dude, we gotta chill. And this whole like 151 is out of print because it's out of rotation. It's like well, actually, I've heard that before about other sets. I feel like we go through this every few years, you know, but it's just like since that has just gone so viral, that's telling me that a lot of people are hearing this for the first time. You know,
yeah.
people like us are hearing this for the 10th time, and it's not alarming to us.
Nope, just a part of the game, I guess.
Sorry, let's get back to the news.
The news I'm looking at it right now, it's all pretty much around PSA controversies. There was another instance where somebody had a shiny collection Pikachu, nice card, but he had put it in the PSA vault and then supposedly, from what I understood, he sold it on eBay through the PSA vault system for like $700. The sale had got like paused and the funds were like held and the card wasn't being shipped for like 2 months. He was trying to contact PSA about this. He's like, what's going on? There was like no response or very little response between him and them. And it was kind of like generic responses when he did get them. And then he's like, just cancel the order and give me my card back, I think. And then finally they said, oh, sorry, the card just sold. And it got shipped off to that seller from that sale that happened 2 months ago. But at that time, 2 months later, the card was worth like 2,000 now. And so he'd been contacting them for months. And like eBay sales, they're usually like I sell on eBay regularly, and it's like, the sale happens, you ship out the card in a couple days, and then you get your funds before the seller or the buyer even gets their card back.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but this is like just some, I don't know what happened exactly, but they were trying not to pretty much give this guy that money. He was wanting that 2,000, I think, because he's like, you guys told me the card. I don't know. They pretty much lied to him. He has all these receipts of like emails back and forth between them. And then he went to social media with it. A lot of people talked about it. And then now it seems like, I don't think it's been completely resolved, but he made a video like yesterday about it. And it seems like I think the head of like, and the entire PSA customer service like emailed him saying that they're going to work this out to right the wrong that they did, pretty much. So it seems like that's the key, is like if you have a problem with PSA and you are in the right, or they're doing something like this, you need to pretty much go to social media and make it big for it to get resolved, which kind of sucks because a lot of people probably don't have that outlet, or not content creators, or don't have,
Yeah.
a way to get that out there. But there's another instance with like a Scyther that I just heard about today, but we don't have to get into it. I wonder if like these are happening more frequently, or they're just being highlighted more now.
Yeah,
Maybe both.
to my point earlier, like PSA, like the submissions are crazy. Like
Yeah.
PSA is grading 1 million cards a month or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just,
Something crazy.
and people, I'm getting comments on my videos that are like, "Oh, what do you think about all the controversy around PSA right now? And like, why is PSA so bad right now?" And it's like, yeah, PSA has always been like this. People are always having issues with PSA. To be clear, with all the grading companies, I'm not saying PSA specifically has the most issues, but statistically, they will have the most issues because they're
Yeah.
grading the most cards.
Makes
And
sense.
there's going to be way more publicity surrounding this. So when they grade 5 times as much as CGC, they're going to make 5 times as many mistakes. They have five times as much exposure online. It probably feels like PSA is just an absolute crap show right now. It might be over there, to be honest.
It's probably less than like 0.1% of all cards submitted though have like an issue. Like the
Yeah,
majority,
yeah,
large majority, 99.9% of cards go through smoothly and come back. You might get misgraded, but that's
yeah, sure.
like, other than that, you're probably getting your card back in a nice. I've never had any like crazy problem with PSA personally.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, PSA. I don't think I've had an issue with them other than disagreeing with the grades or
Yeah,
just waiting
that
a
always
long time
happens.
for my cards to get back.
I got a One Piece card back the other day in a 9, and it was I have no idea. One Piece is like the easiest thing to grade, and this thing came back in a 9, and I have no idea why. I'm gonna crack it out and resend it, but I sent it through the express tier, like at $80, and I was like, damn, that was a waste of $80 because this card is not even worth that. Probably it's probably worth 80 in a 9. I don't know, but
Yeah, I have my Japanese starters, so Pikachu, uh, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and they gave my Pikachu and Bulbasaur 10s, but my Squirtle and Charmander's 9, and they
that
look
sucks.
flawless to me. Like I'm like, what the heck did you guys see? So I might resubmit the Squirtle and Charmander. So because I feel like I can resubmit these until I get 10s. But I'll lose the sequential numbers, which is a little bit frustrating. Um,
Yeah,
I'm not really a sequential serial number kind of guy, but I sent the 4 of them and they came back sequential, and I was like, yeah, this is nice.
yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of cool.
but I think I'd rather the 10s over the sequentials. But yeah, it's like, that's been my only beef with PSA. I did feel like it was please send again in that case. I was like, man, there's no reasons he's got 9s.
Yeah. Any other news besides PSA?
Not a lot of news. I mean, we got the first partner packs releasing today. Have you seen those? Are you into those cards?
You showed it to me a couple weeks ago when they got announced. It was like first generation, third, and seventh or something. I don't
Some, yeah.
remember. Um, they're unique. They're cool. I don't really have a desire for them. I think they're fun. Like if they're, I'm hoping they're going to be readily available. I think they will. I think you said you don't think so, but um, if they are and they're cheap, I would like to buy a lot of them and then just have them to like, I don't know, give to kids at the shows when I'm vending, um, or just have them. I don't know. I'm not like super after them though.
Same. Like they don't really do that much for me. I don't really like the aesthetic they went with,
Yeah,
but I do want to see and hold some for myself. Like I said, I'll be going to see if I can secure some today, just in case. Um, yeah, I think that's it for news though. Just not a lot happening right now. I think we're a week away from Perfect Order being released.
ooh, exciting.
Yeah, there's a Ho-Oh in that set. I'm very excited for it.
Trying to think of which one. I know I probably pulled it, but
It's an uncommon, so
nice.
yeah, I liked
That's
it
cool.
though.
Yeah, that's it for news. We'll get into questions, but I wanted to this is not even like a segment we normally do, but just talking about how expensive things are. This is something recently that I've been picking up on Mercari for cheap, and it's just a really cool card. I think I saw it a long time ago and I kind of forgot about it. It is the Greninja from Sun and Moon Night Unison in Japanese, but it's the Greninja in Charizard Shadow. And these are on Mercari, at least. I don't know what they are on eBay or American Western platforms, selling platforms, but in a 9, they're like $16. So it's like less than grading fee, and you get a clean card, and it's Charizard and Greninja. Really cool.
I
So if
actually
somebody's looking,
sent one of those into PSA and it got a 9.
really,
Yeah,
a Japanese one.
no English.
Oh, okay. Um, but yeah, I've been seeing these here and there on Mercari, and I'm like, oh, that's 2,500 yen, like 16 bucks. I was like, that's an easy pickup. In my opinion, it's a really cool card. I think super unique.
Hmm.
So for anybody looking for something that's cool to pick up for cheap, this is my recommendation right now.
Yeah, it's a cool card. I love it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, questions. Let's do
Question
it.
time. I don't know if how much I looked over these, so this will be a big surprise.
Yeah, they're always a
Um,
surprise for me.
sometimes it's nice to see them before because there's like actually you need to put some thought into it, but I was very unprepared today. B Vermin, thank you, B Vermin, for always sending us questions and comments. Said if you could have one Pokemon as a real life companion, which would it be and why?
Probably Grookey, because I mean it's obvious. Do I have to say why?
Yes.
He's cute.
Oh, okay.
He's a cute little guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's cute. Little monkey on your shoulder. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Get you things. Go give me the remote. um, I want to say low punny, but I'm not going. I'm just kidding.
No.
uh, no, for real though. I think I always thought one of the evolutions would be really cool because it's like a dog, um, or like an Arcanine because it's a giant dog, like Ash riding on it in the anime. Um, I think yeah, any of the evolutions or like a Arcanine would be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question. I don't recognize this name, but Kristen Markgard 6851 asked, who are your top 5 favorite illustrators? Good question.
Okay.
That's a hard one.
I think top boring answer, but Sugimori, I think.
So I was going to
Um,
exclude Sugimori because it's like an obvious one for me.
Sugimori. Honestly, Arita, not because of Charizard, not at all because of the base set Charizard. Um, but like some of Arita's other illustrations are like so good.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're really good. I feel like he shouldn't be known for the Charizard because it's like not his best work. He's got some incredible illustrations. Uninori, I love Uninori. Akira Igawa is very good.
Yeah.
And then my fifth pick. You say yours, and I'll think about my fifth.
Yeah. So Sugimori, Arita are obvious ones for me. I was going to try and leave them out, but I don't know if I know that many that I would pick. Himeno has always been a classic for me. Himeno, like old Himeno arts, not the new stuff so much, but I like her stuff. And then, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Kawayo or Kawayu. Some of the best arts, I think, Might be tied with Himeno. They've been doing illustrations forever. Um, I like Akira Gawa, and then there's so many good artists.
Shinji
Um,
Kondo is very good. I might switch Shinji Kondo with my Ikurigawa.
hmm, yeah, I don't know. I used to like Tomokazu Kamiya, but I don't know if they would make my top five.
Yukamori?
No, I'm not a Yukamori fan.
Mm.
I don't know. I like, a lot of people like Yukamori's clay art, but I'm not really into it. I like the hand drawn art. Five ban. No. Maybe damn. What's that the artist of your Ho-Oh?
Kamiya Misago, which is my fifth pick.
I was gonna say that's a good artist. And then there's what I forget, there's another one I can't remember the name of, but anyway. Yeah. A lot of good artists. Good question. I like that question. There's been a lot. That's another thing I've noticed. Maybe in the last 6 months, a lot of more focus on the artist now, and a lot more people are like more knowledgeable about the artist than they were before.
Yeah, I think people are shifting to collecting artists and species collecting and stuff like that because it's like, you can't get new products, so and you're not going to buy a master set one by one.
It just seems like, yeah, there's like a increased level of appreciation for the artist now, more so than I saw like in years past, which is
Yeah.
nice. I think it's really cool that people are appreciating not just like the normal, artists. They're finding other people that are like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe because Pokemon's branching out and getting more liberal with like what they allow artists to do. But
Yeah.
yeah, cool question. Next up, we have Kevin Nelson asked, would you like to see a new set of Delta species Pokemon? What altered types / Pokemon ideas would you like to see?
Cool. I think my favorite Delta species card is probably that Gyarados, where it's a lightning type.
Oh, I was thinking of the fire one. I don't know which one you're talking about. Lightning?
Yeah, there's a lightning type Gyarados. My favorite Delta species are like the kind of like the antagonistic or like opposite ones. So like water type becoming electric, fire becoming water, or something like that. So I don't
Oh, I see
know.
what you're saying. Yeah, that's
Like
sick.
a
I know which one.
water type Ho-Oh would be cool.
Hmm.
Or honestly, just any Ho-Oh. I think if you gave Ho-Oh a dark type Ho-Oh, yeah, that Gyarados.
That's one of the best artworks for Gyarados for sure.
Yup. Yup.
That's sick.
Love that card. Um, yeah, I think I would like to see Ho-Oh to get a Delta species. Any type. Any type I would just be freaking stoked on.
Yeah, I was thinking like Gengar as like a normal type, or any Gengar as any like type, I guess, other than Ghost would be, or Psychic, I guess, would be cool. Um, yeah, fun question. All right, we got Lou Jason Full. Ooh, I did not prepare for this. Best jumbo card in all Pokemon. That's hard.
That is tough. So I think Mewtwo Strikes Back is a really good one. That's probably my pick, I think.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Mewtwo Strikes Back, really, really good one. Trying to think of some others. All the Koro ones are really good.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of, all the Koro ones. So here's the Mewtwo Strikes Back, right? The one with the Mew and then
Yeah,
Pikachu in the
one of
background.
my favorite background
Ah,
Pikachus. Yeah, love that card. I'm happy I own that card. Love it.
that's cool. There's one with the Rayquaza, and a bunch of other Pokemon. Rayquaza.
Oh yeah, one of the from the legendary collection maybe.
Terrible picture, but yeah, it's Pikachu riding Altaria, Giratina's in the background, Latios up at the top,
Oh, this one.
Garchomp, Haxorus in the bottom, Rayquaza, and then was it Hydreigon?
Yeah, there's some like this. There's also the legendary collection ones. So there's like the three birds, the three legendary beasts. Um,
Oh yeah.
that's a really good one. The Suicune Entei Raikou one, very good.
Yeah, there's so many good jumbos, especially like you said in the Koto Koto like magazine jumbos. Those are
I think there's
awesome.
one I'm missing. I got some itch in my brain. There's one I'm missing, but I think for now, best jumbo in all Pokemon, I'm gonna say Mewtwo Strikes Back for me.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
I just typed in best jumbo on Google,
Oh.
and then it went best jumbo CD rates. Um,
Oh.
that Pikachu Koto Koto one where he's like in the water in like a inner tube with Charmander and Psyduck.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's one of the Koro ones I'm missing.
Yeah. Or you said you're missing that one?
Yeah, I think
That's
I'm
probably
missing.
super expensive though, right?
I don't think so. People don't like jumbos. I'm missing that one and
Mm.
Entei, and then one other one.
I changed my mind on my choice. The Shadow Lugia.
Shadow Lugia.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shoot.
I think
That's a
that's
good one.
my pick. Art wise, I don't know. It's not like the craziest art. Like I like the Mewtwo Strikes Back artwork better, but just Shadow Lugia is like a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dang. Yeah, that's good.
This should be a regular card. That would be sick.
Yeah.
All right. Lou Jason Full asks another question. Do Japanese collectors care about English exclusives like Greninja and Kingdra promos from Shrouded Fable? Yes. I don't know if they care about them as much as we care about their exclusives. But I know like the Van Gogh is a popular one.
We don't have
Uh,
very many like English full art exclusives. We don't
full art exclusives? Yeah.
um
Yeah, I don't know about
and I'm
the
sorry to
Van
be
Gogh.
that guy, but Kingdra and Greninja are not English exclusives. They're just international exclusives. So you can still find them in German, Italian, etc., etc. It's just not Japanese.
Is the Kingdra?
Kingdra is available in I think all languages but Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew the Greninja was like they came out in Chinese recently.
Yeah.
Um yeah. What other
I
yeah,
think Van Gogh is English exclusive though.
yeah, Van Gogh. The other ones I want to try it out. I know like the Halloween packs, it's not a full art, but the little pumpkin Pikachu stamp. The kids like them here. I passed those out last Halloween here, and the kids were like, "Oh my god, you have the Halloween trick or trade packs!" It's like nobody cares about those. Like, but these are like they're not just little kids too. They were like older kids, like middle school. Um, and I was surprised at how like excited they were for them. And I was just like, "Here, take 10," like and giving like
Yeah.
passing them out. I was like, "That's so cool that they were excited about them." Um, but yeah, that I think there is like some demand for them, but they're um not as much as like we look at the Japanese cards and like are like, oh my god, Japanese exclusives. But good question. That reverse arbitrage, I guess. Young Thai PC. Shout out to Young Thai PC. How do you think the Pokemon Company decides which Pokemon to put into each new set? How would you decide? I think they take into account the secondary market and how little like I guess people can get product or how much they can get. I'm guessing they have like alternate versions of the sets and they're like, hey, we need to slow down on some of these sets. Like we were talking about Perfect Order and Greninja. I don't know, or the Greninja's Ninja Spinner. I don't know if this was intentional, but I kind of have a feeling that they did slow down on like the crazy artworks and stuff and make it, they like backed off a bit because they're like, people can't get product. The prices are crazy. Let's put out some sets to cool down the market. So I'm assuming like they have different versions or like options to put into the sets. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw an interview once where they did talk about which Pokemon they choose, and I can't remember who it was, but he was saying like he definitely chooses his favorite Pokemon, and then they
Like
neglect
the artist?
no, whoever's in charge of like building the
Uh,
sets.
okay.
Because I'm pretty sure they build the cards and then assign it to a Pokemon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like for they
There's
build
probably
the
like a lot
cards
of
from
it's
a
on playability.
yeah, from a TCG standpoint.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter who's on the card. What really matters is the attacks and retreat costs, etc. It's playability. So
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with like how the sets are designed. But then a lot of sets do have a theme, right? Like the
Mm,
Greninja set is gonna have multiple Greninjas and evolution line and
mm.
Pokemon that complement Greninja and pull a theme together. How would I decide? Would, I don't know. I'd probably refer to the experts.
Ho-Ohs in every set.
Ho-Ohs in every set, and I'd probably, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know enough because, like, if you cool it on the Charizard, say like, hey, no Charizards this year, past Charizards are just gonna explode. Like, do they want to do that? Like, they kind of have to keep dripping out that Gen 1 nostalgia. Otherwise, the secondary market's gonna get too hot on that stuff, right?
Yeah. I think from a collector's point of view, I would build sets with like super strong set identity. Because sometimes the set identity doesn't come together and it's like random cards, I feel like, are like put together and you're like, it doesn't make sense. Um, like we really thought Phantasmal Flames would have the Gengar, right? And it didn't have the Gengar. But it would make more sense if it had the Gengar, kind of based on the name.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think I would just go after like super strong set identity, and build like really fun sets that had like really strong themes.
I agree on super strong set identity, like Steam Siege, for example. Um,
I don't think I
it
opened any Steam Siege.
Steam Siege is their theme was so good. It's Yveltal or sorry, it's Volcanion versus Gardevoir.
Okay.
And then Yveltal and Xerneas have also taken sides. So it's like a war. And then
Okay.
in the set illustrations on the cards, you can see Pokemon like at war. They're like
Oh,
either
okay.
defending the castle or they're infiltrating the castle. And it's just
Oh, that's
really
cool.
it's really fun to flip through that set and see like who's on which side and stuff
There's
like
like a
that.
story and like lore to
Yeah,
it, and
it's got I believe it's paired up with a movie. So that
okay.
has a lot to do with it. But yeah, the lore and like the story and theme of that set is incredible. It's really fun to look at. I really miss that in modern Pokemon.
Yeah, that is
They
cool.
seem super mishmash. Evolving Skies is a great example. It's like, okay, we got Skies, Duraludon and Rayquaza both represent like tall sky type of things.
Hmm.
And then they have like it's sort of like Duraludon. It's a lot of the sort of like the modern Pokemon in that set have like skyscrapers or towers in the artwork, and then the like Rayquaza side of the Pokemon have like stone pillars and stuff. So very similar structure and look, but it's kind of like a
Hmm.
modern and ancient thing. And then they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
bang, evolutions. And it's like, no, like it was so good until you just stuffed it full of evolutions and you
But
broke the
Eevee.
theme.
That's funny. Next question we have Son of Merc asks, I like this question. A portal opens. You see your old room you grew up in. What 3 items are you taking back with you? No Pokemon cards. Damn. All I
Damn.
have is Pokemon cards. That's
um, my old room. Unfortunately, I don't really remember my old room. Um, I've always
I
thought
guess
that,
just taking back to childhood, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I don't have fun fact about me, I don't remember like 90% of my childhood. Like
Damn.
yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't even realize that until I was an adult and people are talking about like grade 5 and stuff like that. I was like, you guys, like, I don't remember anything. Like,
I remember bits and pieces, but not like days upon days, I guess.
man, I don't know, maybe like my Beyblades.
You have Beyblades?
I had Beyblades.
Oh, he says you're taking the items back to your childhood, right?
You see your old room you grew up in. Which cards are you bringing? I think he's asking, what are you taking from your childhood room?
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
okay, that's easy. Oh, I can't take Pokemon
reverse is
cards. Damn.
hilarious though. I'd probably just give myself an iPhone.
Yeah. Okay,
Actually, that would ruin
Beyblades.
me.
I get what you're saying now. I have my Legos, my childhood Legos. My mom saved all of them, so I have like
Cool.
crates of like Legos up in my kids' room all over.
Your kids
I
are
was gonna. That's what
Oliver?
I would have said. No, all their Legos are all over.
Um,
Yeah, they're all named Oliver. All of my kids, even the girls.
yeah, I think, man, I'd probably grab my Beyblades. But what else?
I had a slingshot when I was younger that I made with my dad. I'd bring that back.
Ooh, I'd bring my dad back.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I was
Um,
like, that's
um,
deep.
what other toys did I love? I mean,
Ooh, you said
oh,
toys. I was thinking the Street Sharks action figures.
ooh, okay. My TMNT action figures, maybe.
Those are good. I think I had a
Um,
couple of those too.
I had a lot. They were extremely special to me, and I don't have them now. Um, and I think probably like my Game Boy Color and collection.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot of that stuff. You know, I have my GameCube from childhood,
Damn,
but none of the games or like the memory cards or anything.
that's so cool. Yeah, I think Game Boy would be good. The Slingshot, and then my Street Shark action figures.
Yeah, okay. My answer is Beyblades, Game Boy, Dad. Game Boy, Beyblades, and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nice. Good question.
Yeah. I
All
always
right.
thought, sorry, I always thought that if I
Okay.
was gonna be rich one day, I want to have a room in my house that's set in like 1999.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and you could just go in, no phones allowed, and it's like nothing in that room is newer than 1999, except for probably the paint and the carpet. But yeah.
I was thinking like maybe a little bit after that, like Xbox LAN parties
Oh yeah.
with pizza pockets
Okay,
and
maybe like
Mountain Dew.
2003, so we
Yeah.
can get like a
Halo
PS2
LAN
and a
parties.
GameCube. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a 2000. Well, I don't think I quite want to break into like the Xbox 360, PS3
No,
gen.
no, no. Regular
So
Xbox
2005.
One.
2005.
Yeah. That was fun. Everybody brings over their giant tube television and then their Xbox, and then you got the Tostino's pizza rolls, and then
Nice.
some Mountain Dew. Man, good times.
Yeah, playing Halo on Legendary.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. All right. DC from the V. I like that name.
I
What does
think it's
simplified?
DC from the Eevee. What do you think that means?
No, DC from the V. He's
Oh,
DC is probably his initials.
DC
From
from the
the
V.
V is probably like the city he lives in. Starts with a V.
Okay, I thought there's two E's.
Mm.
Direct
Daniel.
current from the voltage.
Let's say Daniel Cole from the Van City. I don't know. I'm
I'm
just making
sorry.
stuff up. What if I just nailed it?
Ooh, go to
Um,
sleep, Daniel.
what does simplified slash traditional refer to regarding Chinese cards? Furthermore, why are Chinese set lists so jumbled up compared to Japan and English sets?
I know the answer to this.
Okay.
So, simplified and traditional refers to the languages, right? Traditional is, I think
Taiwan.
it's, oh, are they printed in Taiwan?
I think traditional is Taiwan and simplified is Singapore. I think that's how it's S, and I remember the S is for simplified is also for like Singapore or mainland China. And then Taiwan for traditional. They both start with T's.
Okay, you're referring to the language or the,
Yeah. So traditional Chinese is printed in Taiwan and then simplified for mainland.
but the language on the card is Mandarin
Yeah.
on both, I believe.
Yeah, but
Maybe we
different
don't
written
know the answer
language.
to this.
It's different written language.
Yeah, there's like simplified Chinese, right? And that's what simplified Chinese is. It's a simplified language. The reason the sets are so jumbled up is because Pokemon was banned in China for a long time. They didn't have Pokemon cards. So when they started back up, they basically had catch-up sets. So they had they covered all of Sun and Moon in like 3 sets, and then they covered all of Sword and Shield in like only a few sets. So because of that, their composition is like totally whack. It's really cool actually. And then I think since then they've just been kind of like, hey, we're kind of doing our own thing, and they get a lot of like really cool special products and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it says traditional Chinese is Taiwan/Hong Kong, and then simplified Chinese is mainland.
Okay.
There's some other differences. I think only one of those has the like Pokemon stamp in the bottom corner.
Only simplified, yeah. And so simplified Chinese is like that's the cards that are hot right now. Those are the ones doing catch-up sets. They have their own thing. So these are 2 different branches completely. It's not like the same cards in different language. It's like 2 different product lineups and everything.
Yeah, it is confusing. But yeah, anyways. Last question. Platypus. Platy said, do you have a card that you love that people generally frown upon? Yeah, my whole bunny binder.
There you go.
Why don't I show it while you think of your answer?
Ah, man, I can't really think of a card that people like frown upon.
I would say people frown upon this.
Yeah.
I have a new one. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I haven't.
So yeah, I got a couple Lolas and Bulmas. There's some new Bulma cards I need to get. Some carrot cards, some Lopunny. Okay, so these are some newer ones. The Jessica Rabbit, I don't know if I showed you, but that was added. That Jessica Rabbit card's pretty old, actually. And then that red Lola bunny in a spacesuit, it's numbered to 75, so there's only 75 of that parallel. That I'm guessing the color is the only difference, actually, but you don't look like you're interested.
I can't think of a card that people like. I know there's something recently that people didn't like, and I was like, hey, I really like it, but I can't remember what that is right now. I don't know. That's a really tough question.
Were you the one with the Osama bin Laden card?
No, I have a Joseph Biden card. No, never mind. Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders card.
That's hilarious.
In his mittens. I like that card.
That's funny. Yeah, frown upon. I mean, what about like not frown upon, but people that there's cards that they don't value or think are cool, like, and you think that's like an amazing card.
Sure, yeah. I mean, like my Digimon collection.
It's a good example.
That, yeah, if I could use that. I have some Yu Yu Hakusho cards I really like that are really not worth anything. Yeah. Dang, that's a really tough question. I might have to think on that one more.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what is your, I guess, weirdest card you have, or a card that you love but people frown upon. Do you have any bunny cards? Anybody else collect any bunny girl cards?
No, no one does.
There's plenty of people that do.
No, there isn't.
They're just not as public about it as me. They're out there, trust me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Is that our last question?
Yeah, that is the last question.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Weekly Weedle. Sorry we're late this week. We'll be on time next week, barring any catastrophic failures.
Yeah, hopefully it's catastrophic failure me. Hopefully I'm good next week.
Thanks for watching.
I can't talk. Bye.